Well, I just received a new computer today. I guess you can call it. We're going to do some upgrades to it. It's right behind me, too, right over my shoulder. This is an old one, dating back to 2011. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have fun with this one. It's time to restore. Let's take a tour. So I turned it on to see if it works, and yeah, to my surprise, it has Windows 7 on it. It works. It turns on. um yeah, let's take a closer look at it, shall we? It's a little bit dusty. It's been sitting around for a while. Uh yeah. Look at that dust. Oh boy. Look at the front of this case. It's gonna require some cleaning. Let's take a look at the side. Oh yeah. That's what I call dust buildup. Wow. Oh boy. We're gonna definitely spend some time cleaning here. But you know what? It is an Intel Core i3 2100. I am gonna upgrade the CPU in it to Core i7 2600. This is supposed to support it. Fingers crossed. Got one on eBay, so it's going to get a CPU upgrade. We're going from 2 cores and 4 threads to 4 cores and 8 threads. So, it's a decent upgrade. It's not bad. Even for today's standards, even for light gaming, it's good enough. I'm also going to take out the mechanical hard drive, replace it with an SSD. This should definitely help speed things up. So, and definitely I'm getting rid of Windows 7 and putting Windows 10 on it. So that should help too. I am upgrading the RAM. We're going from 8 gigs to 16 gigs. I am going to be trying to install a graphics card in this. I want this to be capable of some mid to low end gaming. Nothing too extreme, but I think it would do a pretty good job. I'm going to pair this with a GTX 1060 6 gig model card. So, you know what? It should do pretty good at 1080p, 60 frames per second realistically. Maybe to mid, maybe high settings. I'm not sure until I test that out, but definitely medium settings. This computer is for my 70-year-old cousin, so, I'm not going too crazy. But I want it to be decent because the games he plays on are mostly free to play, so we don't have to buy a whole new computer for it. This one should do it actually. With a few upgrades, we should be up and running in no time. And don't forget, before you start doing anything, is to back all your stuff up first. Like pictures, videos, because this is all going to get wiped down. So I just got done removing all the outside covers of the case. So this is the inside. Take a look around. Move this. Yeah. This is behind the motherboard. Let's flip it back to the front. Yeah. All right. So the inside looks okay. It's a little bit dusty, but it's for 10 years old. It doesn't look as bad as I thought it was. I thought there was going to be an inch of dust, but it's actually not too bad. Just a little bit around the fans, but yeah, not too bad. So my next step is to start to disassemble this whole thing. This is just a quick overview of all the parts going into it, at least all the new parts. As you can see, well, here we are today. It's finally done. It has been restored from the ground up. The only thing that's original about this case is actually the case itself and the motherboard. Everything else has been pretty much replaced, including the DVD ROM, which is now Blu-ray ROM. And it came out pretty damn good. This is the back. I did add some Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. A couple USB 3.0 ports in back. A Type-C port too. To this 10-year-old computer. Got a good quality power supply. 650 watts. This is the other side. At least it has a good vent on this side, so. Well, let's take a closer look at the insides. Here we go. Got a nice 2 terabyte SSD. Should be very nice. Let me shine some light down here. As you can see, both cards down there, including the graphics card. Now, the only thing I could not do that did not go according to plan is the CPU cooler. I was going to use the Be Quiet. I think it was the Pure Rock 2 CPU cooler. I'm not sure. I got to double check. But, unfortunately, since this is an OEM motherboard, it is custom. It's not like the Asus, MSI motherboards you buy for custom builds. The CPU mount, mostly the holes, were too wide for that cooler, which that cooler uses the Intel stock push pins, and the holes were too big, and it could not clip on. So I had no choice but to use the original stock cooler. The only thing I did with this stock cooler, I replaced the fan with a Be Quiet 80 millimeter fan inside. So it does have a new fan, including the case fan. It's also a Be Quiet fan too. So it should be pretty good. It should be good enough. A little bit disappointed. That's the only thing I'm disappointed about this build is the CPU cooler, but it should do a pretty good job. It's not too bad. So that's one of the things you need to look out for if you're doing work on an OEM system like this one. Try to use as much as possible the original parts because they just work. They fit in. When you try to modify stuff like this SSD, you can kind of tell the bracket is a little bit bent. This case wasn't designed to have a SSD in it. So, I mean, I made it work. It does hold. It should be fine. But that goes to show you, if you're going to get a CPU cooler, aftermarket CPU cooler, for one of these OEM motherboards, make sure the CPU cooler has a bracket that you can mount in back of the motherboard. I don't recommend the stock Intel coolers. For some reason, they decided to drill a bigger hole on these motherboards. I have no idea why, but it's a good tip. But other than that, honestly, it came out pretty good. So let's see if it works. Turn it on. Yeah, turns on. And that's what I was looking for. So, one last look. And she is done. And it works. Well, thank you for watching this video. Bye.